Have you ever felt lonely, sad, depressed, all alone? Wishing that someone would stop and say hello, smile at you, give you a pat on the back, or shake your hand and ask if there's anything they can do for you and mean it sincerely? Our military veterans who may be hospitalized or in need of medical care are among those who surely deserve some reassuring attention.
The Masonic Hospital Visitation Program is, without doubt, one of the finest programs ever undertaken by the Masonic fraternity, and it's considered the major relief work of the Masonic Service Association of North America. It is much more than merely visitations to the disabled and lonely patients in VA hospitals, state veterans' homes, and extended care facilities. Brother Charles Johnson worked at a VA hospital and also has been a patient there as well.
I would take note of how many visitors they had. Some of them, their families didn't even show up, and they sort of pushed them to the side, but the MSA volunteers really helped.
It is the rendering of personal services to all, Masons and non-Masons alike. Veterans who need someone for words of encouragement or to make life a little more pleasant. Brother Chuck Riggin, a retired Army veteran, volunteers at a VA hospital.
Such as the welcome desk, volunteers take a coffee pot around every day to the ward serving coffee. There's a volunteer that takes the daily newspaper and other magazines to the patients. There's volunteers in the mailroom, and it goes on and on. As brothers, we are taught to treat others with charity, and this is a good way for us to help our veterans.
Little things mean a lot. A friendly smile, a warm hand clasp, an embrace, and a kind word can do wonders for those who have bravely fought for our country.
This is another way that the lodges can assist, is collecting books and magazines, take them into the hospital, the Fisher House, which is there for families that have patients in the hospital. They always need blankets, pillows, pillowcases, food items, and of course cash is always helpful for any of the programs that they have down at the VA itself.
They're now fighting a different kind of battle. In a hospital or nursing home, it could use the camaraderie of a brother, a friend, in their courageous battle. The Masonic Service Association Hospital Visitation Program is funded entirely by voluntary contributions, including those from individuals, lodges, and grand lodges throughout the United States. In addition, the Supreme Councils of the Scottish Rite, Northern and Southern jurisdictions have been generous and faithful supporters of this great labor of love. Over the years, the program has contributed millions of dollars and hours of volunteer service to help, comfort, and support these brave men and women who are spending lonely days, weeks, and months in the VA facilities. There are 172 veterans hospitals and numerous state veterans homes and extended care facilities throughout this great nation of ours. At present, there are Masonic volunteers in over 150 of the VA hospitals and in more than 40 state veterans homes and military hospitals. The Masonic Service Association was formed in 1919 by the Grand Lodges of the United States to perform certain services that the Grand Lodges could not do as well independently. Through all the years, the cornerstone service provided by MSA has been to work with those who served in the military. In the 1920s and 1930s, MSA established service centers in many locations in the United States and a few overseas. In the 1940s, with the creation of veterans hospitals, MSA's work was transformed into providing services to our military veterans at VA medical centers. Brother Rick Kahn is an MSA volunteer state coordinator.
I'd like to encourage all Masons that can to check out the volunteer program and see if there's anything you can do to help. You don't have to put in a career. You can put in an hour a week, an hour a day, a couple hours a month, whatever your time calls for. But the veterans in the hospital really appreciate the help that they get. The Masonic Service Association program is probably one of the best kept secrets within the Masonic fraternity, as in more people in the civilian world know about it than people in the Masons, because the people in the civilian world see the Masons who volunteer in the hospital.
Today, MSA has over 180 hospital representatives and state coordinators, plus hundreds more volunteers at virtually every VA medical center and at many state veterans hospitals in the United States.
Many of these veterans are away from home and don't have any family in the area at all. So it's important that we just at least go in, shake hands with them, say, is there anything I can do for you, and thank them for their service.
The Masonic Service Association is one of only 54 organizations certified by the VA to provide services in VA medical centers, and we are the only Masonic organization. A 2013 report from the Department of Veterans Affairs showed that MSA had volunteered more than 562,000 hours of services at VA medical centers over the last 5 years. Brother Mike Vickery, a retired Marine major, has some interesting ideas about the meaning of service to a Mason.
As Masons, we believe in the supreme fatherhood of God and the eternal brotherhood of man. As such, Masonry prescribes certain duties which we owe to both. As Masons and men, we seek a brighter and more fulfilling future by living many of the same tenets that most world religions profess. Service is one of the many manifestations of that search for a better way. We need more brothers serving as volunteers at the VA hospitals. We need you now, and we will need you for years to come. What come ye here to do?
Courtney Deese is a voluntary service specialist at a VA medical center.
The Department of Veterans Affairs Voluntary Service Program is one of the largest volunteer programs in the federal government. The generosity of the volunteers' time allows us to provide much of the additional support that otherwise could not be accomplished by the paid staff on a day-to-day basis.
One incident on a personal note is I helped one veteran here in the VA hospital get through his form filling procedure to get his needed benefits that he qualified for, that got him a back pay check of around $60,000, which dearly helped him and his family needed to get through the crisis that they was going through.
Brother Will Dozier has some insight for younger Masons with busy schedules.
We the youth are the future leaders of this country. It is up to us to fill the shoes of the older generations, and in doing so, there is no better way to complete this transition than getting out into the community and finding your local VA centers and interacting with these great individuals. These very special people have experienced some of the worst and best times this country has ever seen. Being able to hear about their past and how they coped with the bad times and enjoyed the good is a reward unto itself.
Today's technology can be perplexing for many of our vets. Volunteers assist our veterans when they arrive, helping to make the sign-in process less intimidating.
Good morning, guys. How's it going?
Good morning.
Many of our veterans physically cannot walk to the hospital entrance. Whether it is the valet service or golf cart pickup at the car, volunteers are there to assist.
One advantage I like about the golf cart is the fact I get to talk to many patients as they come in and out. The care they get at the VA overall has been probably 99% good.
A VA hospital can be a maze of hallways, so many floors, so many corridors. The wayfinders shine a guiding light for our veterans who have lost their way. One of the most popular volunteer services is the snack cart. Who wouldn't want a cool drink or a bite to eat during the day? Volunteers can be helpful in so many places, even the laundry room. Recreational therapy is something all veterans look forward to. Denise Whitten is a supervisor for recreation therapy.
What is recreation therapy? It's using recreation services and leisure experiences to help people with limitations make the most of their lives physically, mentally, emotionally, and socially. Recreation therapy helps our veterans help themselves. Recreation therapy is just what the doctor ordered.
We can give a veteran the opportunity to renew a long-lost love affair with a craft skill or learn something new. Today's veterans come in many shapes and sizes. Some love video games, some the old traditional ones. Volunteers assist with both. Music is a sanctuary and a powerful healer. Volunteers aid many of our veterans in learning a new instrument or refining their skills.
My name is Steve Smith. I'm a retired electrical engineer that volunteered because I wanted to help veterans. These are veterans who are ambulatory. They're not in a stretcher, they're not in a gurney, they're not in a wheelchair. They have to be able to walk on their own in order to get into this van. Anywhere they need to go for a medical appointment, that's where you take them. After they're done, then they call you and you come pick them up wherever you left them and take them back home. I volunteered to drive the van, trying to give back to veterans. They're all appreciative. Everyone will say, "Thank you for the ride." And what I usually tell them is, well, think about it. I give up a few hours a day, 1 day a week, to help drive you guys, but you gave up your time 24/7 for years, so who should be thanking who?
Our vision-impaired veterans are aided by volunteers in accomplishing many things they could not have imagined, with the goal of greater self-reliance. A 95-degree therapy pool is a great place for volunteers to help out. While the help of all Masons is vital, let us not forget our DMLA boys, Rainbow Girls, Job's Daughters, and especially our Eastern Star women.
Well, my husband is a veteran and also my son, and I feel like I'm giving back to help them because I enjoy coming every month to do what I can for our veterans.
Brother Doc Bowman, another MSA volunteer, talks about a special meal they prepare for his local VA medical center.
On the Saturday before Labor Day each year, and we have the Rainbow Girls and DMLA who help. We cook the food and they help take it to the patients that's not able to get out. This is something that the veterans really enjoy.
Teen volunteers are needed throughout the medical centers. This can provide our teens with a wonderful and enriching summer experience.
I worked on the spinal cord injury as a registered nurse when I was with the VA. It's a situation that is in dire need of volunteers at the VA.
Evening events are a welcome relief from the quiet, dark corridors of the night. Your lodge can help sponsor events like this We Want You dance. Brother Ronnie Lanham, an Army veteran and patient at a VA medical center, summarizes our responsibilities as Masons to our nation's veterans.
Years ago in Stone Mountain, I went to the VA hospital by myself, generally, with like 5 rolls of 50-cent pieces, $50. And I did this once a month. I had a schedule to go down there and assemble the guys, and they would come in their beds and their wheelchairs, and they'd sit around, and for 2 hours we would operate a bingo game. Gave away health and comfort items that I got donated from different groups, stores, churches. And for that 2 hours, sometimes I left there knowing that it had changed some lives. The Mason knows that he belongs to that greater brotherhood of man under the fatherhood of God. He's dedicated to the notion that he is to do all that is within his means to relieve the distresses of his fellow man when and where he can. The character and instincts of the Mason being in many ways like that of the veteran, he would have a natural sympathy for his troubles. Therefore, service to the veteran becomes instinctive. To me, it seems the perfect marriage. We give ourselves to those guys that need it, or those women that need it. We then are enrolled in the very highest pay scale available, because then you earn master's wages.
We can and should maintain and improve the Masonic Service Association Hospital Visitation Program, something that will continue to benefit both our nation's veterans and our fraternity. We are our brother's keepers. We can and should expand the hospital visitation program into something that will benefit both our beloved craft and these brave men and women. But there is a catch to it. It's going to mean getting yourself involved. Are ye able? Asked the Master.
Once again, these are all brothers. Brothers in the aspect that they have served our country as I have and as all of our military has done in the past. And you have an immediate rapport with these volunteers.
You begin your journey in the Masonic fraternity, you're told that we, as a band of brothers, you're encouraged to listen to that. The stories told in the first degree. I'll give you a lecture on charity, which summarizes up most everything that you'll need to know about charity in the first, second, and third degree.
The Masonic Service Association in his junior warden handbook, talks about different ways that the third highest member of a lodge can actually volunteer for his community and set up volunteerism for his particular lodge.
Coming up during World War II, we learned about patriotism the hard way. One good expression of patriotism is to be providing assistance to the veterans in these medical facilities. The things that you can do just by spending a few hours with some of these veterans can make all the difference in the world to their lives.
There's no better feeling than helping a fellow human being and seeing what it does to improve their lives. What better time than right now? Help change tomorrow. While you're listening and helping these men and women, know this: you are a shining beacon of hope, proving that what they fought and their brothers and sisters died for was not in vain, and that there is hope. That this country, this way of life, this great nation will endure. So take this opportunity, go to your local VA, and spend time with these great Americans. So mote it be.